Hi everyone, it's Astha here from Prepfully, and today I want to talk to you about how to find a new job after being laid off. At Prepfully, we've been helping a lot of candidates who have recently been laid off, and we've learned a lot about what works and what doesn't when it comes to finding a new job. Losing a job can be a difficult and stressful experience, but the good news is that it is possible to bounce back and find a new job that's even better than the last one that you lost. In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips and strategies that we've learned from helping all these candidates, and I hope that they'll be useful to you as well. So if you're feeling down and unsure about what to do next, I hope that this video will give you some hope and guidance. So, now that you know where we are coming from, I'm going to cover 8 tips. Not all of them might apply to you, but we suspect a lot of them will. So, we'd recommend evaluating for yourself which ones are the most applicable. Hint, the 7th tip is probably the one that we'd recommend most strongly. Before we deep dive into the tips, it's worth highlighting that Prepfully has built out a suite of products explicitly to help folks who are affected by layoffs. We have got a huge network of coaches who are supporting candidates with free mock interviews, referrals across their companies, and advice on navigating the whole process back to employment. Not going to go too deep into this, I'll include these links below. But for the sake of this video, let's go straight into the tips. Tip number 1. Take some time to process and grieve the loss of your job. Losing a job can be a big blow to your ego and your sense of stability, and it's important to allow yourself to feel those emotions and take care of yourself. Don't panic and don't rush into anything. Just give yourself a few days or weeks to relax and figure out what do you want to do next. Okay, tip number 2. Reflect on your strengths and your accomplishments, and consider what you want in your next job. Take some time to think about what you enjoyed about your previous job and what you want to do differently in the next one. What are your strengths? What are your skills? And what industries or roles might be a good fit for you? You can use tools like the Holland Code or the Myers-Briggs type indicator to help you identify your career interests and preferences. Tip number 3. Update your resume and LinkedIn profile to reflect your experience and skills. Your resume and LinkedIn profile are your personal marketing materials, and it's extremely important to make sure that they're up to date and they showcase your value to your potential employers. This might mean adding new accomplishments, skills, and/or certifications, or reorganizing the layout to highlight your most relevant experiences. If you've done any voluntary or contract work after being laid off, include this for sure. It's a strong signal that you're being proactive in ways to stay engaged and employable. Tip number 4. Network and reach out to your connections for leads and advice. Your professional network is a valuable resource. Reach out to your former colleagues, mentors, and other contacts and let them know that you're looking for new work, new opportunities. They might have leads or advice or be able to introduce you to other people in their networks. You can also join LinkedIn groups or attend industry events and networking functions to expand your network and make new connections. Tip number 5. Be open to new employment types, such as temporary or contract work. There's been a seismic shift in demand and supply for several roles. So a lot of companies who would previously have hired full-time and permanent roles are pivoting them to temporary or contract roles. However, there's still valuable ways to stay engaged and build your skills and experience while you search for a more permanent job. And of course, these jobs are just as effective at helping make ends meet. Keep an open mind and be willing to explore new options, even if they're not exactly what you had in mind. You never know what opportunities might come your way. Tip number 6. Utilize job search resources such as job boards, career fairs, and recruiting agencies. There are many resources available to help you find a new job, and it's important to be proactive and use as many of them as possible. This might include job boards like Monster or Indeed, career fairs and networking events, or recruiting agencies that specialize in your industry. You can also use social media and online communities to find job openings and connect with potential employers. Tip number 7. Practice your interviewing skills and be prepared to discuss your layoff in a positive light during job interviews. It's likely that you will be asked about your layoff during job interviews, and it's important to be prepared to discuss it with a positive spin. Emphasize the skills and experiences that you have gained during your time with your previous employer, and focus on the things that you have learned and the growth that you have experienced. Practice your responses with a friend or a mentor and try to stay positive and confident. For example, if you were a product manager who was laid off due to the company restructuring, you might say something like, I was a part of a layoff at my previous company due to restructuring, but during my time there, I was able to increase conversion rate by 23% through a completely revamped user journey on the booking funnel. This experience feels super relevant to this new role, and I'd be excited to deep dive into this with you. Practice your responses with a friend or a mentor and try to stay positive and confident. We're preparing a separate video that goes in depth on this specific topic. We've linked it here. Above all, remember to stay positive. Losing your job is incredibly tough, but work is what you do and not who you are. If you can think of ways that we can help from Prepfully, please reach out to us. Keep your head up and stay positive, and you'll bounce back from this in no time. Good luck.
Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, please subscribe. Our website is prepfully.com. We've got lots of interview questions there. You can also schedule a mock interview with one of our experts. You can find the link in the description below. All the best from us at Prepfully, and we hope you totally rock your interview.